Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday night. So glad to be here. Trying to adjust headphones here. This is someone decided to zero the entire board out. Love when that happens because, anyway.
Well, now it's your chance to hear the board out.
Wow. He's so loud. Matthew, are you loud too?
I don't know. Am I loud?
Oh, my gosh. All right. So
you can only handle that much.
Yeah, I'm going to go diff before this thing is over. But that's okay because I'm going to have fun for the next 2 hours. I will warn you that I'm not feeling well. When I'm not feeling well, I'm probably not going to be grumpy. I'm going to be the opposite of that. So if you thought, man, this show is silly, you have no idea how much more silly it could be. But you might by the time the next 2 hours are over. If this is your first time listening to the show, here's what we do. We do not talk politics here. We have fun. I know the world's on fire, but I don't smell smoke, and neither do either one of them. At least I don't think they do. I mean, if you smell it, you would let me know if you smelled smoke, right?
Well, we're in the winter, so we have the gas running for heat.
Well,
so there is a little bit of that smoke smell.
Okay. All right. Well, there's
Wait,
that.
this place does?
No, we don't.
Not here.
No. We don't have gas here. It was just meant in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a majority
over at the Causey Cottage.
Yeah, the majority of people probably have gas heat or something. So anyway, thank you for taking this along with you while you're on your way to wherever you're going. We know congratulations to the Clemson Tigers for winning today. Congratulations to the South Carolina Gamecocks for winning today. Congratulations to the Furman Paladins for winning today. So all the upstate teams won, and you're out and about, and of course, enjoying this here fine program. Dave already up on the stream saying, hey, and I will say, hey, right back at you. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307. If you should be so inclined to put flaccid at the beginning of your message, we would appreciate it. It's a long story, but I like the fact that Tara will come in Monday and see nothing but flaccid all over the text line. Also, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, and what Matthew calls Twitter, which is still X, but it's also still probably Twitter. I don't know, but we're live on it at either the Upstate Pulse or News Talk 98.9 WORD. Also, by the way, we got some really cool shirts, Patriot wear, that you can get by going to our website, News Talk 98.9 WORD, and purchasing them, and they're pretty cool. And the other cool part about it is they've got the logo on the sleeve, so while you're out and about, you can say, if someone asks you, hey, what's that station? You can say, that's where the Upstate Pulse is on. You don't have to tell them about anybody else. I mean, they get plenty of publicity. Tell them about the Upstate Pulse. Tell a friend. We've been here going on 9 years, I believe. Whether that's true or not, that's what we're going with. It's 8, 9. It's almost a decade. It doesn't matter. As I get older, I lose count. And that's a good thing because that means you've been on for a really long time. I believe we are the longest running show on the station, or pretty close to it, currently running show.
Does that make us an institution?
I should be in one for sure, but they ain't caught me yet. But someone is getting a full saga, not a trilogy, but a full saga out of me when I finally go to therapy. It's going to be an amazing thing. So if you are someone in school now getting your doctorate or whatever it takes to become a therapist, maybe you're doing an online thing. I don't know. I don't know what it takes to be a therapist.
You would probably cause a chain of therapy. That therapist
No.
a therapist.
Get your couch ready. Make sure it's wide and comfortable. I'm on my way. Just to, another day like today, and I'm going to be there. And you are it's going to make your career. So it's going to be cool. On today's show, we are going to be talking about the Loki season 2 finale. We're going to give a review of the Marvels. We will not spoil, but we're going to give a review of it. We got Oops. We've got AI Takeover. We're going to talk video games, including there were just some video game awards. We're going to be talking about those. We're going to talk about Doritos because, although I know, Matthew, do you eat Doritos? No. Wow. Okay, so we're going to ask the question: Can you be a gamer and not eat Doritos? Because
yes.
there's a stereotype to being a gamer. So the thing we're going to talk about Doritos won't affect Matthew, but it'll affect a lot of other people. Do you have a snack of choice when you game?
whatever is on sale at the grocery store.
Okay, there we go. What if it was? Yeah, but what if it was Doritos?
Then I'm not getting those.
Okay, all right.
Do you not like Doritos?
Just curious.
No.
Why?
They're gross.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, to each his own. Have you tried different flavors?
I've tried like one or two. I don't
Okay.
really like them in general.
So you don't like the nacho cheese?
I'm especially not going to do basically anything cheese related as far as snacks. Stuff.
Okay, all right. So, all right.
Dietary thing.
No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's actually real cheese, but
No, but also I don't like cheese snack taste too.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I mean, it probably triggers the whole.
Have you tried the Cool Ranch?
Negative
Apparently,
effects of-
that's people's favorite. It's not mine, but have you tried the Cool Ranch?
I've tried ranch flavored things before, and it's very disgusting.
By the way, if you want to see
The ice cream was the most
well,
disgusting.
that was pretty bad. That was pretty
but-
bad. Yeah.
Why would you bring that back up?
Yeah.
It's still in the freezer downstairs.
Is
No.
it? Yeah, I forgot all about it until
Occasionally
just
I'll bring
now.
in like a frozen thing to have for dinner.
Yeah.
Right after doing afternoon drive, because I'll be going somewhere and won't have time to cook anything myself. So every time ever since that we've done that, and I've brought in a frozen meal, I've seen them still sitting in there.
Do you think it's mutated into some sort of creature?
I am scared to open it at this point.
Do you remember the cowboy? You watch Cowboy Bebop, right?
Yeah, I've seen Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, it's the fridge episode
Oh gosh.
all over again.
See, I was
no.
just thinking Teen Titans, but you know,
that too.
Yeah, the tofu when it came to life. So I would be willing to bet money. I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to try it. No, I wasn't going to try to eat it anyway.
No.
What I was going to say is I'd be willing to bet money. You go down and open it up. It would smell just as strong as it did when we opened it the first time. And you would look at it and wouldn't notice anything. It would look just like it looked.
Probably.
Yeah. We probably all still have a part of it in us. But you know,
Boy.
which just reminds me, we haven't had a taste test in a while. And thank you for reminding me of that. So we got to find, if you have something, some sort of food, some sort of thing, something that's big in pop culture.
Can Charlie make a different kind of scone?
No,
I
that
would
was
taste test
all right.
I
that.
can make my
all right.
brownies.
All right, that was no, I don't know. Well, what's in,
I don't know if I trust your brownies.
What's in them brownies?
Definitely nothing illegal.
Oh,
No, it's
yeah,
It's
just-
just my grandmother's recipe.
Oh, there we go.
Do we trust Grandma Kazi?
Yeah, if Matthew says there's nothing in it hallucinogenic or anything like
I don't
that,
do any of that kind of
Okay,
stuff.
all right,
I would
so-
put it in the stuff that I eat.
so I would believe him.
Doesn't mean you don't deal it out.
Well, he said the stuff you eat.
That's a secret.
You said the stuff you eat. You didn't say the stuff that you serve to people.
Yes.
Let's see. Dave on the stream says no Cool Ranch, 100%. Let's see. So what's your favorite Doritos? Matthew doesn't like Doritos, and that's fine. I mean, it's America. You can not like Doritos. There are probably some communist countries where if you don't like Doritos, you might end up in a gulag. I don't know. But what's your favorite Doritos? Mine are nacho cheese. Let's see. Text line 71307. A texter writes, flaccid. Thank you. Have to get the spicy sweet chili Doritos. I like those. Those are good too. Those are good. Also, texter says, I hope you will share your thoughts on the Loki finale. Definitely going to do that. Spicy jelly. What the heck are you talking about, Chris? I don't know what that is.
Spicy jelly Doritos?
Is there spicy jelly Doritos?
I don't know. I can only assume he's talking about that.
Maybe
That sounds like a Japanese Kit Kat flavor.
well, it probably does. But I don't think we've had a bad Japanese Kit Kat. Did we? Did anybody have a bad Japanese Kit Kat? By the way, I forgot.
I certainly haven't.
I forgot to because I'm ill, and that's what I'm going to go with. I'm sick, and that's Noobable right there. There we go. I left my phone on, and there was a text, and someone wants me to turn the phones on.
Wonder who that would be.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to, but normally we don't have the phones on because y'all are drunk, man. And I don't usually say y'all, but if you're drunk, I'm going to call you a y'all.
Well, in this case, we could, since we're going with the Irish theme, you could say all ye.
Yeah, well,
All ye are drunk.
All ye are drunk. You're not sober. So, all right, the phones are on, whoever that may have been. But first, let me take care of it. I feel like I got set up there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's immediately glowing.
I'm not going to get to the. Listen.
Give it a second.
It's a long reach. Ergonomically, this thing is not set up the way it should be. All right, there we go.
So, I'd like to say,
All right, I just went ahead and put him on. All right,
Hello, darling.
some guy named Odie is on the phone.
It's been a long time. Sorry, I've been listening to country music for a bit too long, and it's gone into my
I'm so
brain.
sorry for you.
You're not even slightly. You're not. I've been banished to
No,
Georgia.
no, my roommate, he listens to country, and every time that we go to the grocery store, every week that we run that grocery store run, he's playing country music. I hate it.
Well, then maybe you should drive.
Maybe you should drive. If you're driving, if you are the pilot, Matthew, you can listen to your music. You know that.
Be the
You've driven-
captain of your own destiny.
Yeah, you've driven in the crazy machine with Odie, so you know how it goes. You know?
Yeah, I think that aptly describes whatever you're driving. All right, what do you want, man? You're not even here. Why are you calling?
I just say hi. I miss y'all, and I will be back apparently sometime.
Currently, so that's a very non-committal of you.
That's the covert operations. Remember, we weren't allowed to talk about it with the Irish Mafia.
Oh
Say
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I
Yes, you and your code name, Patio Furniture.
Yeah.
Patio furniture. You weren't supposed to mention that. Anyway, listen,
Oh, I
guys, I got to
wasn't.
go in and press buttons because I'm not there pressing buttons because I'm here pressing buttons, which kind of confuses my brain bone. And I will talk to you all soon, and maybe be back next Saturday.
Well,
possibly.
let's hope so. You push those buttons well and continue your assignment.
But yes, assignment.
All right, I'm turning you off and turning the phones back off, and then I'm going to break.
Very wise move. Don't
All right.
It's a noob and push the button. Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? All right, fine. I'm just going to go ahead and put the next guy on the. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Greg.
I'm the only one who gets that.
Oh, wow. It feels weird to be back on. It's been a while since I've been on this show.
It has. See, I turn the phones on and you never know who's going to show up. This
Is
is
Matt
weird.
next? Are we just,
No, Matt would never call this show.
Hi, Zach.
What is up, Zach?
Hi. Well, I'm probably early, but, you know, I heard the other crew member call in, the current crew member, and I thought, well, I should just go ahead and call. But, you know, Loki, I know you're not to it yet. Loki's great. The Marvels, trash. Total trash.
Are you
5 thumbs down.
You gave positive reviews on the Upstate Pulse page. I saw it.
I did. But here's the thing. I went in with such low expectations that I think I was a little surprised. The cast is good. Like Miss Marvel and her parents, great. Even Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, was better than she's been in any other ones. The problem is the logic of the movie. If you think about any of it too much, it's terrible and it makes no sense.
All right. I would just say, Zach, we came out of it. I'm going to say we. I'm going to speak for my wife and myself, smiling and had a good time, which is what I wanted from the movie. I didn't want to come out depressed and going, what in the world were they thinking? And yeah, it was simple. The writing was simple. I loved A Certain Planet where they only their language. I enjoyed that. It was very Disney-esque. And I thought of you when that was going on, thinking, man, Zach is absolutely going to hate this part. Was I right?
You know what? No, you know what? No, because that went towards, you know, Captain Marvel, like I said, has been so cold and like bland and no personality. I thought this movie tried to rectify that some, and that was part of it. I didn't have a major problem with that. Again, my issues are more like the things that don't make sense. Like Monica Rambeau has the answers to things she should have no clue about like how to fix a hole in the multiverse, whatever. She should have no clue about that.
They glance by it, but she's actually very intelligent. Like she has gone through
But
a lot
has
of
she
schooling and
dealt
stuff.
with multiverse stuff, though?
well,
Even Dr. Strange said we know frighteningly little about it.
Well, there was a new university that popped up called Multi-University that she went to.
Yeah. And the other thing, she's been on Saber for a while. So maybe she learned from the other alien species that were there. Possibly. I don't know.
Because they know an awful lot about jump points now.
They do.
I don't know. There's just so many. Like, then there's the Kree. How are the Kree living on Hala with no sun, air, or water? How are they still alive?
Wow, you are spoiling. I can't believe you are spoiling so much. We're trying to be
Why
spoiler
did we take
free
this
here.
call?
I don't know.
This guy is just destroying
Wow.
the integrity of the show.
Where is this hollow that you speak? Is that
That's not
do you
even
hear me?
major.
is that a
That's
Teddy
not
Long
even a
thing?
major
Holla,
thing.
holla, holla.
There are no major, other than that credit scene. There's no major things that really
Well,
spoil.
I would
this movie.
also say, even though they've there's been speculation right before the credits, what was done, the favor, that also would be kind of something,
Yeah, I guess.
because that was a cameo that wasn't expected. So it just depends on if you like that person in that series that they were in, which I did. So
I mean, yeah, she was okay. I like the series okay, other than what they did to Kingpin. But
yeah, but if you've seen the Echo trailer, he's alive. He's good.
it's just more the treatment
Beating
of how
down
they
hot
treat
dog
All right,
vendors.
all right. So are you happy about anything right now in pop culture?
I just said Loki was great.
Okay,
I thought
you
Loki
did.
was fantastic.
You did say that. You
Okay,
did.
I was about to threaten to mail you a hug. I don't know the logistics of how that would work, but I would make it work.
No, Loki was good. You know, pop culture wise, Barbenheimer was great this summer. I enjoyed that.
They're actually going to make a movie about that. I don't know.
I saw that. It's
Yeah.
going to be great,
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird.
but in the best way possible.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Will
There
it have any
absolutely is
relevance
that.
when it comes out?
Who knows?
Yeah, well, the strike is over. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. All right, Zach, I got to let you go because
Okay.
I'm way late for a break. But I just want to ask you to continue doing what you're doing on another station because it's hilarious.
Will do.
All right. All right. All right. Thanks for calling in, Zach. See ya.
See ya.
All right. In case you didn't know, that is Angry Zach. You can see him on the stream. And he is one of the OGs of this here program. There were 3 of us in the beginning and various other fourths until we got Patrick. And that's the way it was for a while until we got to where we are at this moment. And now I'm doing the thing where I'm getting rid of all the drunk people because obviously those last 2 guys, man, they were
Hammered.
They're toasted.
That's the word, hammered. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk Loki because everyone else wants to. If you want to be a part of the show, text line 71307 or hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the X at the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WRD. Man, 2 great calls. Really, that was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting Zach or Odie. So there you go. I needed that. I did. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Join the Nerd Herd on the Flaccid text line at 71307. This is
Matthew's
the
like,
Upstate
who's
Pulse on News Talk 98.9
It was
WORD,
Odie.
the voice of the Carolinas.
That's what it was. It was Odie. I get it.
Now the Carolinas'
He
most
doesn't
trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9
No, he doesn't
WORD
sound
weather
as
center.
Irish on the
Scattered
phone.
rain showers
That's
likely
what it was.
tonight, otherwise overcast. Lows around 48, northeast winds 8 to 15 miles per
Hi,
hour.
Silver.
Highs around 57. Tomorrow,
Ooh,
scattered rain showers
Rancho
likely. Lows level off
Why don't you
around
ask about
40
me,
tomorrow
Silver?
night. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the News Talk.
Thank you, Dave.
It's always good to hear that. It's always good to for you guys to let us know.
No.
Yeah,
I just fixed it. Yeah. That's why I was thanking Dave for pointing that out.
So you had no idea Zach was.
No,
You just decided.
no, he heard Odie call in and he called in. He heard me open the phones. If that's what it takes, by the way, if that's what it takes for you to call in, Zach, I'll leave them open every week.
Guess I got to join in and grab a swig.
Why not? That's because everyone else is.
Because on this show we drink, we talk.
It's so funny because I was just listening to a bunch of old scoreboard.
Yeah, you were getting
a bunch of old scoreboard promos that I never deleted, and Zach was all over them.
All I gotta say is Mustang Burger.
Exactly. He and I have been doing something that we never do, and that's tag teaming against a certain host and his love for Bryce Young that neither one of us can figure out why he has it. So
Where's the rum gone, Chris? Where's it gone?
Back in the day, Chris, the real Captain Marvel did do that, but then there was like a lawsuit and an agreement and a bunch of other stuff. And yeah,
So since we already covered that,
Mark, I hold on. I didn't see it, but I read about it. I started watching a SmackDown like at midnight, which was, and I fell asleep. But then I saw it on X the next day, and Bailey's the next one out. We'll see. All right, Cameron, you were saying? I apologize for making you lose your train of thought.
You usually don't derail me. You usually make the train like tip, but it usually keeps its course. But
Hey,
this
2
time,
wheels or 4 wheels or 6, whatever, like on one side.
That's not how trains work. But
No. Just when if they could, go up on a rail,
is it still technically wheels?
they have wheels on them. Let's ask Matthew. He does news. That means he's smart. Do they have wheels on trains? Don't they?
Yeah. What?
See, why would there not be wheels on
It's
trains?
not a question of wheels. It's a question of like, are they called wheels?
What else would they be called?
I don't know. Specific. There is weirdly specific things for a lot of things. You'd be surprised.
I'm in my head trying to figure out what the heck you see when you look at a train, because I see wheels.
No, they're wheels.
I see magic.
Okay. Are you like, okay. That's good to know. Let's look at the text line.
See, a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about Shazam.
They do. Yeah, I get it.
Well, I mean, it makes sense for him to have a different name.
I'm being eyeballed by a zombie bear. His claws look sharp.
He looks very nonplussed.
I don't even know what that means. He just looks
Possibly nettled.
I don't know if he's hungry or just angry. Yeah. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Matthew and Cameron. I never gave them their introductions today. We just jumped right in there and just disobeyed all the rules that will give me a talking to by LexCorp. But, I play life on the edge. That's what I do. That's why I'm playing this music.
That's right.
Well, this is my boot barn music.
Welcome to Boot Barn.
Would you like some boots? Matthew looks like a boot guy. He needs him a 10-gallon hat.
Get him some snakeskin boots, maybe some crocodile boots.
You know what? If he did, those trips to the grocery store would be so much smoother as he listened to his country and western music.
You got a response for?
He has no response.
Nope.
I'm a bit of a hater of country music.
Uh-oh. Look out.
I know it feels weird to say in this kind of voice, but I'm not a big fan.
Can I ask you to say something for me, please?
What would you like, young one?
Where's my trucker hat?
Where's my trucker hat?
It's beautiful. It really is. If you get the reference, then
First time I've been called young in thousands of years.
If you get the reference, you get this show. So congratulations. All right. Loki season 2 came to a close Thursday night. If you haven't watched it, we's about to spoil. So, that includes Matthew if he wants to leave. it's up to you.
I've watched it.
Oh, so never mind. All right, we're good. I don't know
We
why.
can have a three-way discussion.
We could.
Yeah.
Don't use that thing that popped in your head, Lonzo. All right, so
Be better.
yes. Well, I'm sick, man. I
Don't be me. I'm here. So we don't need you to be
I
me.
stopped myself. I work with bad influences. All right, so coming into this final episode, it's like, okay, what are they going to do? And then you started figuring out. You knew that he was going to end up back where He Who Remains was, where he was murdered by Sylvie. And the fact that he just played him like, yeah, I just did this the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. I was okay with that. Matthew, what did you think about the episode?
I had a really fun time with it. I really liked just watching Loki constantly going through all these different ideas of how to solve this situation and coming up short every single time, and just watching how he and everyone else reacted to these different situations. It was super interesting. It was a really high concept character study interaction. The entire episode was, and I absolutely loved it.
I just want to point out, if Zach is still listening, maybe Monica Rambeau did what Loki did and just kept going back in time until he became a physicist or whatever it was.
I did like that little gag. That was fun.
Centuries later.
How long do you think it would take me theoretically? Centuries later.
Yes.
They pulled
fun.
a SpongeBob on you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Centuries later.
Yeah, it was really good, right down to the part where he walks out to the timeline and the horns come out and he goes right into, classic Loki. And then he destroys the loom and starts grabbing the strands of time and bringing them back to life. I thought that was really cool. I don't know. I'm guessing there's not going to be a season 3. Zach says Monica can't time jump. You don't know that.
I don't know.
Have you seen her
gonna
not time
happen,
jump?
But they've definitely got a great setup. I feel like there needs to be something that happens in the greater Marvel universe before they can do a follow up to this.
Well, we know the council. We know the Council of Kangs exists. So all those Kangs are there and together and plotting. So that war is going to happen. And He Who Remains pointed that out, that it's going to be war. And so that is definitely going to happen. But with Loki holding the strands of time and all the timelines and all the I don't know.
Technically, he turned the multiverse into Idrisil.
He did. And I had to read up on that because I had forgotten about the tree and all that kind of stuff. That's why you were getting excited when you saw the tree. Instead of a world tree,
he has a tree of the multiverse. A tree made out of universes all woven into each other, which is a really cool concept.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder what the leaves are.
All right. Zach says writers already confirmed no season 3, always meant for just 2 seasons. So the question is,
especially with how they wrote it, you gotta admit,
does Loki remain there, or does something happen, or I guess he doesn't have to go anywhere for it to continue where it's heading towards, the wars with Kangs.
Something is going to definitely he's not going to be there for all of eternity or anything, but I don't think anything's going to happen with that until like phase 5, or maybe we'll see him come in during the Kang oriented Avengers movies or something like that.
Yeah, because he is the god of time now. So,
yep.
All right. I don't know why David is saying this, but let me on the stream, by the way, we are live 98.9 WORD or the Upstate Pulse. He says, are you a Lonzo or the Lonzo? I am the Lonzo. There are a ton of Alonzos, but there's only one me, and I am the. So there you go.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
are we allowed to drop a mic, or is that too expensive?
Guest.
If I have an additional mic with me,
if you brought said mic from home, Texter writes about BG3. We are going to be talking about that. That is on the list. Also, Texter says I ask what's your favorite Doritos, because I have a story coming up a little bit later. We have a story coming up a little later on about Doritos and gaming. And Zach says he's the Lonzo who remains. That is
really fitting.
Yeah, it is, because no one's been at WRD longer than me. So there you go. Finishing up the 23rd year right now. So yeah. So what's your favorite Doritos? Matthew actually doesn't like Doritos, and that's fine. You cannot. There are some foods that people just don't like. I don't like seaweed. I don't like sushi. There's some things that I don't like. Do you like seaweed, Matthew?
I don't think I've ever actually had seaweed.
How about sushi?
I have had sushi once.
Have you ever had onigiri?
That's me either.
Matthew,
okay.
You ever had an onigiri or a rice ball?
Yeah.
Did it come with like a green papery kind of thing?
No, mine did not. I'm aware that that's seaweed.
Okay.
But no, I have not.
Depends. Rice balls come in all sorts of different ways.
All right. I don't have my glasses on. Dune Barros. That's what I'm gonna go with. Dune Barros. How would you say that, Matthew? Look at his name. Or that I'm gonna
Dunbaros.
go.
I will say Dumbo Rose.
I'm gonna go with Doombaros. Sounds like heresy. Heresy. Agreed. Heresy.
The best thing to come out of Warhammer, making jokes
Yes.
about heresy.
All right. So you cannot like a food, but Matthew, so you never snack when you game, ever.
No, I do. But
Okay.
I mean, like, it's
But there's
not
not-
that I have like a go-to.
Okay, there's not a go-to.
There's
All
like
right.
several different things that I'll go to depending on what I have around.
All right, I would tell you my go-to right now is Pringles. It's just recently I got on a Pringles kick. So if I'm putting in like 6-7 hours on Starfield, I'm probably going to be eating some Pringles. Cameron, what's your go-to?
These pretzel bite chips that I've found.
I like the cheddar and sour cream Pringles. By the
I
way.
like the garlic parmesan for myself.
There we go. Do you like Pringles?
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew's in on the Pringles. All right, cool. Let's see. We've got some more votes for Cool Ranch. See, the thing is with Cool Ranch, I think Cool Ranch is that popular a flavor that people like. And this is not me being a contrarian. This is me being an observer of things. And I believe that there are some flavors and some things that people say they like just because it's cool to say they like them.
I see people eat it, and I don't know how they do it. It's just that stuff is just disgusting.
It's fine. We've had a producer here on the show and a part of the show who all he ate was Doritos. He never ate anything else.
I was talking about the Cool Ranch.
Oh, okay.
specifically.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it, but I don't want to fight over it. Some people want to fight over their favorite food or their favorite whatever. And
But some people like to fight over everything.
they do. Let's see. Texter writes, my question is, what timeline is the TVA in? He Who Remains said the loom was a failsafe and the timeline where the TVA would get pruned. So is there another TVA in the sacred timeline where Kang will always have the upper hand? I think Kang has the upper hand now. I mean,
I think no, because there's like a certain point in time, there's only one of the sacred timeline. And after he dies, that sacred timeline then branches into a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
If I had the board behind me, I'd start writing up stuff. But because I was thinking about that.
you're not going to write up a graph or something.
I was going to show a temporal, like, I was going to draw a whole bunch of lines with dots.
That sounds like a graph. All right.
Allow me to show you how this temporal stuff works.
All right.
Happy the timeologist.
All right, timeologist. Zach says fruit roll-ups, gushers, fruit by the foot, Dunkaroos. All right. I mean,
I remember fruit by the foot.
It didn't come out till I was older. I mean, so I've had it before.
Do you think it's fruit by the meter in Europe?
That's a great question. We're going to look that up during the break. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I'm way too proud of myself now.
Would you look that up, Matthew? Would you look that up? Okay. If Odie was here, he'd be able to tell you right away because he's not from here. That right there is a touchdown, Ohio State.
Oh, they've got like different names in like every country that they're in.
Really?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
UK, they're Kellogg's.
I'll
Fruit
save it.
Line. Okay.
Save it. Right. Zach is right. TVA exists out of time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so technically,
Yeah, there would only just be one of them.
The sacred timeline is the timeline where He Who Remains came from, I believe, is what it was. So he's protecting the timeline that birthed him.
If you think about it like this, I'm going to use a lot of hand motions.
what the heck's a royal with
You have
cheese?
all these different timelines.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
one
That's
song
that's
right
a
here.
quarter
They all
pounder with cheese.
converge into one point for the sacred timeline to be one thing. Think about like the multiversal war that He Who Remains fought in. He wins, makes TVA, makes one timeline.
Yeah.
Stop mocking me, Dad. And then
I was
after
helping you to
Sylvie kills
illustrate.
him, it then branches out again.
Yeah.
But that sacred timeline then becomes all these different things. It's not like
Well,
it really spreads He Who Remains all over.
No,
the
that's not what
place.
happens at all, actually, because he explains specifically what it is. There's infinite timelines, and what the TVA does is all those timelines that exist, they just erase everything except for that one timeline. When he dies, he's at the end of time. He's at the end of existence. There's nothing that branches off after that, even after he dies. The branching is happening literally everywhere.
No,
else.
we're what we're doing is we're practicing for our Kamehamehas and our Tholophlaeos and our.
If he's a null factor in that, then why did the timelines branch at the end of season 1?
Because the pruning stopped.
And
timelines are always branching. The TVA prunes those branches and stops them from existing, so that there's only that one timeline that remains.
I did forget about that.
Mm-hmm. And so they stopped pruning.
By the way, Zach, what you're saying, and way to be vague. You weren't vague when you were on the air. The one thing I said when we walked out of the theater was, yeah, that was that guy, but the CGI on that was horrible.
It was very rushed. Didn't look quite as good in previous.
They should have used Unreal Engine 5.
I mean, yeah, that would have actually looked good, but I don't know how you'd input that into a movie.
No, Doctor Strange was not a part of it at all.
Yes, no Doctor Strange, because he's away somewhere trying to stop a singularity.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't care what he's doing. Loki is probably the only thing from Phase 4 of Marvel that I've had any real enjoyment from, outside of the Spider-Man movie. No Way Home.
What about Guardians?
Oh, and Guardians, yeah. So Guardians is definitely the best thing. I totally forgot about that. You know, those are the only 3 things that have been any good, really.
I don't know if I'm gonna read that on the air or not, but that's funny.
Text or
I'll just I'll ask Matthew to read it.
Zach's thing?
No, I'm looking at the text line.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm guessing you don't have up. So Guardians 3 was sad. It was good, but it was sad. I did one thing about Marvels. I came out of it not sad. I don't know why, Tones. We've been here, dude.
just assume that we're here until we're not.
Just believe. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Matthew and Cameron. I will tell you, Odie will be back next week. In theory, he's supposed to be back next week. He's on assignment. We won't tell you where, doing what, unless you follow him on social media, and then you'll be able to figure out what it is. The stream is going nuts, as is the text line. We are not ignoring you. If we don't get to it, it's just like there's a lot. So going to try to take care of that in just a moment. Also, Tim was scheduled to be in tonight, but we had some illnesses elsewhere, and he and I had to tag team something, and neither one of us are feeling good. And I told him go on home, and I got this. And what did I get for my trouble? I had to noob myself. Wow. If he ever comes back on the show, he's getting noob just because. All right, let's go to the stream really quick and see. Well, it won't be quick because there's a lot. Let's see. Doomburrows says fruit by the meter as dessert after a royal with cheese. Did you look that up, Matthew? Because we were curious.
A royal or royale?
Royale.
Yeah, so I did look it up, and it's basically got a different name in like every country that it's in. So someone from Quebec has said that it's called fruit au long there.
Quebec,
yeah.
It might as well be. Just leave him alone. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
That it's called fruit au long.
He doesn't speak French, dude. So leave him alone. All right, go ahead.
I've never heard it pronounced like that before.
Yeah,
whatever, man.
It's all right. Don't listen to him.
In
Just
the
keep
UK,
going.
they're called Kellogg's Fruit Winders.
Fruit winders.
Yep.
Get your fruit winders over here.
We also have fruit winders.
They're
over here.
winders. Odie's not here to criticize our English accents right now.
He wouldn't care.
No, he wouldn't.
Because it's
it would
us making fun of the English.
That's true. That's a good point. All right. Any more?
No, outside of that, it's just 90,000 people making the same fruit by the meter joke.
Well, at least they're consistent. All right. You can be a part of the show. Text line 71307 or on stream at YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and the X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. If you are commenting on my personal Facebook or Twitter page, I can't see it because that's not how they populate the page. So I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see it. And I would say I'll get back to you tomorrow, but I won't. I mean, because I'm lazy. Let's go to the text line and let's see. That's when okay. Hey, Alonzo, do you remember the story about 6 or 7 years ago about the hooker in Florida that also requested a bag of potato chips for services? That's when I delivered the first and best first line of ever. I guess she's a real Frito-Lay. If I had my delivery was not as good as your joke was, and I apologize. But
I was going to say she thinks she's all that in
but,
a bag of chips.
but it's your fault for calling me Alonzo. All right, real ranch dressing on potato chips would be a lot better, but Cool Ranch Doritos will do as a substitute. Let's see. Lake Placid starring Betty White was great. Funny horror. I haven't seen that. At least I don't think I have. It's one of those things where I'm reaching the point where there are some things that I sit down to watch and go, oh man, I have seen this, haven't I? We have asked what your go-to snack is when you are playing a video game. Dave says most any candy usually is my go-to. Let's see. Zach says mid-credit appearance. We were talking about Loki. That actor is perfect for that role. Actually, it's Marvel's, which we haven't gotten to yet. Let's continue. Tones is saying he isn't getting notifications for the stream. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to ask engineering because they say it's not their department and they really hate when you ask them about stuff that's not their department. And so I'm going to do that anyway. I may just text Chris or call him during a break and ask them why they're not getting notifications.
Why not just ring the doorbell?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to go to his house. Let's see. So good to have one without doing NG Plus. All right, so we're going to talk about New Game Plus a little bit. Texture says, I didn't call you Alonzo. I called you Lonzo, but my voice to text sucks. Okay. All right.
Forgivable.
I'll take that as a reason. All right. We are going to talk Marvels. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it. That's just my opinion. Cameron can give his. Did I ask you if you saw it?
I haven't, and I don't care. I'm not going to go see
Okay.
it.
All right. So we don't need to worry about that. So Matthew's giving it a thumbs down already. I will say I had a fun time. I laughed during the whole thing. The actress who plays Kamala Khan, I think, is great. If you liked her from the Miss Marvel series, her entire family's in the movie, and they are also great. And
I'm glad that they were in it for as long as they were.
They made the movie. I think they did. If this was just a movie about Carol and Monica Rambeau, I don't think it would have been as good, but with her in it, it was really, really good. And I love the Flurgan. I would like to have a Flurgan.
I forgot what they were called.
Yeah. And one Flurgan is enough, but multiple Flurgans is even better. They really are.
A pride of Flurgan.
So if you've seen the movie, tell us what you thought about it. Marvel's is out right now. And if you're on the fence, I say go see it. Cameron, what do you say?
Oh, I say go see it too. I was really surprised at how good it was. Because there's some leaps in logic. I didn't care. So a lot of times I do care about things being explained a certain way. Certain cuts and stuff, they went very quick on certain things, not quite explaining how people got to places, but you can assume. I had a personal favorite planet that they went to midway through the movie.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed that. And
that entire sequence, I was laughing my butt off. And I will say one thing that I really liked about what they did with Carol Danvers' character, the Captain Marvel characters, they made her awkward, which made it so much better.
It gave her personality.
Yes.
And
because not everybody has to be the cool person who makes a whole bunch of witticisms and whatnot.
Oh, no, did they just give her a quirk and say this is?
No. It was
just like she does a lot of stuff. It's just like
yeah. And the other thing is, it's hard to be OP whenever you use your powers, you switch with someone else.
Yes.
And I think that
it was a good way to make it compelling.
All right, you are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, Voice of the Carolinas. I will tell you the show, it continues live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and the X during the break, so check it out. Will I have a voice by the time the show's over? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, maybe she was a quick learner. Zach?
We don't know, Zach. Quit trying to spoil again. What are you doing, man? What's wrong with you? Hello, Will.
What's up, Will? It's okay.
It's a dead man's party. You can jump in if you want to. If you're legitimately asking, can you be on? Go
I was about
ahead.
to ask, is that part of the song?
Yeah.
I thought that was actually part of the song.
Okay. No, it's not. It's not. I was if you want to, but
Where are we at?
25 Garlington Road. Good night, everybody.
You use trailer. Is that you on the show?
Yes.
What?
You haven't seen it? Live action.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
By the way, I'll give you the quick skinny on how he does outlines. It's not in chronological order.
Right.
It's never in chronological order.
He was here last week, remember? He knows.
Sometimes people need reminding.
I've actually went in chronological order.
Holy
today.
crap, you have.
Yes, I have. Thank you very much. Shows you how much you know.
I've just been wrong all day today. I'm just leaning into it.
You
at
talking
this
about
point.
Tom Hiddleston, Dexter? Yeah, it's not Placid. That's what in Vegas? I don't know.
Saying Placid or Flaccid?
Lake said Placid. Where's Lake Placid at?
Is there a Lake Placid?
That's the one with the alligator.
Yeah, there is a Lake Placid. I just don't know where. I don't remember where it is. Hey, touchdown, Ohio State.
Yay.
The real Marvel family has a wizard in it. Okay.
Remember,
I did Tones. I watched the entire thing. There are some things that are way out of bounds. Especially the girl who gets really small. That was a lot, man. It really was.
it's always the ones who shrink.
But the ending was that was interesting.
Is it the Marvels?
No,
He was talking about Gen 5.
yeah, I'm talking. Yeah.
We just got done talking about the Marvels.
Oh, how was? Did y'all see it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
thought it was good.
Okay, awesome. I've been wanting to. It looks entertaining.
It really was.
That's a good word for it. Entertaining. It definitely was.
It was just
You will come out of it smiling, not going, oh wow, that was deep. You're gonna come out of it laughing.
I was going to say Loki was deep. Marvels is fun.
Well, and I watched or I read the Miss Marvel, like the first 3 issues with the Kamala Khan character, and I was like, oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, Dave, it shows you how powerful she is that she was able to absorb a blast from someone.
Does she do that in the movie?
She does, but in a different way.
Gotcha.
So they changed up her power set to where she's basically using light to do a whole bunch of stuff as
Gotcha.
opposed to being an inhuman.
Right.
Actually, technically, she's a mutant in this one.
Well, yeah, that's what they
this
established
version.
that in the
In
the series.
Okay.
So technically, she's the first known mutant, I suppose.
At least on screen.
Yeah.
For the MCU.
I get it, Dave. I don't know if I have a favorite. I guess maybe, I don't know. The twist got me. It did. And it's right out there in front of your face, and it got me. Which usually doesn't happen. It's the Kree blood, I believe, Zach. Well, back into the Upstate Pulse. having a blast on Saturday night. Hey, I don't feel well, but you know what happens when I do this show? It makes me feel good at least for a couple hours and go feel miserable later. Yeah, I'm not going to though. Even if I feel bad, I will go lose myself in a video game for a couple hours, fall asleep with the controller in my hand, and I'll be all right, because that does happen quite often. I don't. Is it? So, do you guys, when you're playing a game, do you ever fall asleep playing a game? Matthew, you ever fall asleep playing a game? You're mostly playing computer, so.
Yeah, no, I don't think that I ever have. Not that I can remember.
Will is here and breaking stuff. Just leave it alone for now because it won't stay on. It's all right. Everyone does that.
Gotcha.
Especially that one.
Yeah, even I have done that. Yes, everyone has done that.
Yeah, this one's giving me a little.
Yeah, one of those problems. All right, Will. So when you are playing, have you ever fallen asleep playing a game?
I feel like I have, especially back in the day when you were playing games that, like old SNES games, Zelda Link's Awakening. We would just leave that on for a whole night, fall asleep, and then come back to it.
I mean, when you can't save.
Well, and actually, I think you could save, but the problem was my friend had the cartridge, put it in his jean pocket, washed it, and that messed up the save states. So.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like that far back. Like
Yeah.
as far as like.
All right, Will, Dorita, what snack do you eat while you're playing a game?
Oh, Doritos are the best. And I think he kind of primed me for that one. But Doritos are really good.
All right, so what's your favorite flavor?
Oh, nacho cheese all day.
Thank you. And we have some people on the stream saying nacho cheese also. So I thought I was alone in that. I am not. And so you haven't fallen for that. You have to like the Cool Ranch
Well, no,
if you want to be cool.
Well, I think the Cool Ranch is like you got to be like a serial killer or something. Like there's something psychologically going on there if you like the Cooler Ranch.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far.
myself like the Cool Ranch.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Matt, you want to trade seats?
There's no escaping me.
There is no escaping him. There's also no escaping having to go to the news at the top of the hour, which we're going to do. In hour number 2, we have an oops. We have an AI takeover. We're talking video games. We have Nerd Roundtable, including who do you blame for the blip? People are still talking about it, including the director for Marvels, about who she blames for the blip. Who allowed Thanos to snap his finger? Be thinking about that. We'll be talking about that in the next hour. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. And the show continues on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and the X.
Still so hard getting used to saying X for me.
Well, some people won't, and that's fine.
Right. It's almost like the artist formerly known as Prince.
Well, yeah, but the thing with that,
You couldn't call him a
yeah,
symbol.
because you couldn't call him a symbol. So, yeah, I saw that, Trey, that the bunny is no longer with AEW.
A Texas police officer
she was
killed.
with
I'm
AEW.
Deborah Valentine,
She's no longer
Fox
with AEW.
News. 2 police
But apparently
officers
Butcher
were
and Blade
shot,
are
one
still.
killed. This
Which
happened in Austin, Texas.
That deceased
So there's a
officer
group.
among those
The texter
responding
says, "Hey,
just
Will."
before 3 a.m. Saturday
I
morning
think
to a
they're saying
reported
hi.
stabbing.
I don't think
As
they're saying, "Hey, Will,"
SWAT
like they're getting ready to
officers
ask you a
The
question.
suspect immediately fired his gun
Hey,
at the
I
officers, and the SWAT officers returned fire.
Austin Interim Police Chief Robin Henderson.
The 2 officers were transported to a local area hospital by Austin Travis County EMS.
I'm not noobing myself again. All right, so maybe I will. I just
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, well, Matthew says yes. If there's
Is
someone,
Matthew the
if someone in the
deciding
room,
vote?
It's a
well,
questioning, yes.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
That sounded determined.
Yes.
I can make an executive decision and say no, but that's not the rules. So I will noob myself when we come back. I should know my board. I should check my board. My board is my responsibility. I could blame it on other people, but when I sit down at my board, I need to look at my board and make sure everything is right. And I did not do that. Therefore, I must be noobed.
My board is my friend. There are many boards like it, but this one is mine.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And that's exactly what I was doing. So, I mean, this is my board. This is my gun. Thank you, Tones.
Oh, Zach was calling for it too.
I am. Yeah, I'm not technically on air, except for the stream is air. It's just a different form of it. So I think some mistakes can be passed over, like when your phone decides to go off in the middle of the show because a certain AI was triggered, even though your phone is off. I never should have been noobed for that. I'm going to still say that shouldn't have been noobable.
I agree. I agree with that.
Matthew, what do you think?
What?
So if Erie or Exa, I'm not saying I don't want my phone to go off. So the AI that will go off when you want to ask, when you say, hey,
yeah,
if it goes off because it thinks you said something to it and you didn't, do you think that's a noobable offense?
Can you mute it on your phone?
No, you cannot mute that.
Oh, then no.
Phone was turned off, volume was turned down, but it said, no, I can talk when I want.
Well, you can also probably turn off the assistant.
I think the phone deserves a noob on that one. I mean, if we're talking,
that's right, Zach. That means you're on once or twice per show, for sure. Zach does the voice of noob.
What?
Yeah, that's why he's. Yeah,
he's the original noober, you could say.
Yes.
Hey, and if anybody got that reference, you're a real one.
I got it. I'm a
that
real
means you're a real
what?
one.
Real one. Real one. What? What? Real one. What? I don't even know. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you having my back, but I'm going to noob myself anyway, just in case Odie has somehow found a way to listen.
Look, you got to stop with all the self-nubulation. That's the exact.
If it feels good, do it.
Did I see that Odie was in Georgia doing Irish mafia things?
First of all, if he is or isn't doing something for the Irish mafia, we would never talk about it, especially on the World Wide Web.
It's like you don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, this is different though.
I hadn't been initiated. I didn't know the rules.
No, that who you saw was Patio Furniture.
Oh,
Yes.
gotcha. Hacked his account.
Yeah,
those Indians.
He is on assignment. Okay. Just like T2 is on assignment. That's why he's not here. Matthew last week was on assignment doing assignments, but he was on assignment.
He was on assignments doing assignments.
Out of all of them, that was the most accurate description, that Matthew was on assignment. Or that's what he said. So I have spent a lot of time in Starfield. Finally got into it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. To the point where now I plan on going home after Chris. He is temporarily, maybe permanently, things that I can't talk about. So there's that. This is Fox News. This is when I take a deep breath and know that I have an hour left, and then I could just not talk for a day.
It's the deep breath before the plunge.
Or before the snipe. No, it's because you.
I was quoting Gandalf.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, well, and I was quoting Sniper 6. What's the latest sniper game?
Yeah, Sniper Elite 6.
Okay, see?
That line from the video game that just recently came out.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know,
do or
we
do
did
not,
have a lot
there
of
is
fun.
No try.
Finger on the pulse, so to speak.
Thank you. You're adding to this conversation, Will, and I appreciate that.
I do my part. Try to.
Oh, look at there. Honey and hot tea does sound like it would be good. I might have to try that. Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Matthew and Cameron, and Will just moseyed in. And, you mosey in. I'm not saying that anybody could just mosey in and get on, but he moseyed in, and I say, go ahead. Why not? Because more voices is less of me talking. And thank you, by the way, for the stream and for text line 71307 and stream. You know where all that is, for trying to give me remedies for my voice. I will tell you, and I'm about to be extremely graphic. I don't know if you guys noticed this. If you're not on the stream, you probably didn't know this, but I have a really large cranium. And here's the thing, if Predator came to this room, they would look at Matthew and go, no. They would look at Will and go, no. They look at Cameron and go, maybe.
And then borderline.
Then they would look at me and go, yes, there it is. There's the trophy. So my large skull is full of what scientifically would be called snot. Said snot is deciding to drain down the back of my large neck. So that's where the voice, I have this, a lot of people have these allergy problems. I know Tim is also sick. Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show, still don't get it, but even still, he is also having this problem.
So would you qualitate what's happening to you as a snotterfall?
I don't know if qualitate is a word, but if it were, it would definitely fit right there in this. So anyway, I apologize for how my voice sounds. Well, let's face it, it doesn't sound a whole lot better when I'm completely well. But I'm still
You're a lot more deeper and velvety.
Yeah, if it gets much deeper though, then I have a problem, because then with some person that I normally work with who may or may not be watching right now will overpower me to a degree where I'll disappear. And let's face it, no matter how deep my voice gets, it will never sound as good as Matthew Causey.
Thanks, I really appreciate that.
I wish it would. By the way, I made a mistake off the air, so there we go. There, I'm done with it. Okay.
Excellent.
1 per hour. I hope somewhere Odie is smiling while he's pushing other buttons. For some reason, he thinks it's great when I get noobed.
Well, because it's him not getting noobed.
Exactly.
By the way, when you said excellent, Matthew, you sounded so much like Squidward.
SpongeBob.
You could do it.
I knew it.
That could be another thing for the Christmas special, by the way.
That's exactly what
I'm glad you mentioned that. The Christmas special, the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. That means it happens once a year. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, it's what it means. I used to say something else, but Chris said it was redundant, which made me do it even more because apparently I'm a contrarian. Or maybe I just like making people mad. Do contrarians by nature just do it to make other people mad? Or do they just naturally have a differing opinion? I don't know. There probably are no more contrarians in this room. So Matthew, would you consider yourself a contrarian? Because you have a different opinion of a lot of people on the show most of the time. I don't consider you a contrarian. I consider you having a different opinion.
Yeah, no, I always have reasons for that. I never dislike anything because people like it. I think that's stupid.
I agree. And people accuse me of that. I don't. Well, you don't like it because it's popular. No, I may not understand why it's popular, but if you like it, that's fine. But don't get on me because I don't. And that happens quite a bit.
Well, and I actually, it's funny. So I got a couple tickets to the Eras Tour movie, the Taylor Swift. And so I'm trying to find a date to that if, there's any.
Come on, man. No, we ain't doing that here. Come on.
Any of you single ladies out there who want to take Will out on it? Oh, man, I'm over modulating.
Yes, you are.
No. But, somebody was posting on Facebook and they were like, I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't get it. And, I was just like, I don't like vanilla ice cream, but that seems to be the culturally most significant ice cream there is.
It is?
Is it?
Is it?
No, I thought chocolate was.
Well, I don't like chocolate either.
Yeah, so you're a contrarian. Matthew, chocolate, vanilla. If you have to pick
vanilla.
between that.
I would normally do vanilla, so.
Would you put chocolate sauce on the vanilla?
Not usually.
Okay, all right. You go to the Dairy Queen. What do you order?
I don't go to Dairy Queen.
Wow.
What?
Oh, wow.
How dare you say that?
Blizzard all day.
That's very
Put some
contrarian.
respect on the Queen's name.
There's a locally owned ice cream place called the Ice Cream Station. My brother actually used to work there during college and high school, high school and college. And that's normally, if I'm going to get ice cream, that's where I'm going to go because it's really good.
Where would that be in Simpsonville? Not that we're giving them free plugs. I just want to know where it is.
It's in downtown Simpsonville.
That's the one right off Main Street, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
right off Main Street.
It's a cool little spot.
Okay, you're supporting a local business. So
It's always so busy, though.
Is it? So you're telling me not to go now?
There is a line all the way around the building half the time.
Really?
No, it's popular.
Yeah, when I
Oh,
see that, I immediately go, I don't know.
You just got to
man.
DoorDash it and pay for the wait.
All right,
I don't
Chris.
know that they do that.
Chris on the stream asked me, or are you a cynic? Oh, I'm definitely a cynic. Radio does that to you. It makes you cynical about everything. Spend some time where Matthew spends most of his day in the newsroom. It will make you cynical about a lot of things, especially some of the things that you find out that you can't say on the air. I've spent some time in there and I've heard discussions is like, yeah, but they said this, but we can't say that on the air. I mean, there's a lot of that goes on in every newsroom around the world, I'm sure.
So I want to offer a bit of a rebuttal to that because I don't think you're fully a cynic, though. You can be cynical of things.
All right, I don't want to make this show about me, even though it is. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to?
Yeah,
On
I
a
do
scale
not.
from like Diogenes to like, maybe like a Tony Stark or somebody, where on that scale of like cynical do you fall?
Wow.
You had to throw in like the ancient Greek.
Wow. Wow. I'm not up on Diogenes. If you would have went Socrates or Plato or Aristotle, I might, but you went Diogenes. I don't know.
He's interesting.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take your word for it. And I'm not going to do that history lesson. I'm not going back to that. I am as cynical as anybody in talk radio is. No more, no less, but I'm not a contrarian. I'm also not passive aggressive. I'm aggressive. And there's a difference. If I come at you, it's not passively. So there's that.
Yeah, you would be like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Matthew Causey with the wonderful definition of passive aggressive, everybody.
We were talking about passive aggressiveness. What?
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, you know what we were talking about? We were talking about the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special, and that is coming up in just a few weeks. And I've done 0.
5 weeks.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That hurts because
5 weeks till Christmas karaoke special. That's
at this time of year, every year I go, oh no, we are not. Oh no. And every year I try to top the year before. Last year was good though. Last year was so good.
That was the best year we've ever
had.
Had,
and so, I mean, did we peak last year? I don't know. It helps that we have, different people coming and going, and we've got a couple special things planned that I have to follow up on and make sure I follow up on.
We bring in a Christmas mariachi band.
Heck yeah.
We've come close to that already. Rob Brown is a mariachi band.
You make a very good
Yes, he is.
We need that man in a sombrero.
Yeah, but he's not going to be here this year.
That's
unfortunate.
Yeah, no Rob Brown this year, but we may be substituting him with somebody else who you hear every weekday on this station. We got him for one song. Who knows? Maybe for an entire show. I don't know. I will
book him with me.
Surprise guest.
I will send. Well, not so much of a surprise. If you follow along with the program, you know who I'm talking about. All right. Before we continue on to the next segment, because we need to take a break, but LexCorp's not here, so he may or may not be listening. By me invoking his name, we'll see if I get a text. But until then, let's get to this.
Oops, upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Nobody can take that much and still live.
What's this? That's cray-cray.
Is everybody in this town on drugs? This is ridiculous.
All right, so every so often we find something that, like Bob McClain called it boneheads in the news. We call it our oops. Other people find it. Usually it's something that happens in Florida or Ohio, and it has to do with disclosure laws or something. Matthew's smart. He's in a newsroom. He probably could help us with that, but I'm not going to ask him. So anyway, that's why you find out so much more of what happens in Ohio and Florida. All the weird people aren't just in those two places. They are everywhere. It's just that you are more able to get the news about.
Well, they are, especially in Florida, but also there's some elsewhere.
Yeah. Okay. And Ohio of firsthand experience.
Let's face it. You're all submerged in an ocean of weird.
That would be my life.
And they don't have basements in Florida.
That is weird,
right?
That's odd. But they would.
Why specifically are you harping on the?
I don't know, because basements are awesome.
They are.
Many, according to.
I'm allergic to basements.
Are you? It's the must. Right? Is it the must? Are you allergic to must?
It's like mold and mildew and stuff like that, which you're always going to have in a basement if it's underground.
That is true.
Are there any other architectural things that you're allergic to? What about a veranda?
Yeah, verandas
A
are. I
mezzanine.
mean,
You know, I might say that I am just to avoid them.
there you go. There you go.
What about a foyer?
All
I'm
right.
allergic to stairs.
All
I
right.
don't like that.
All right.
I just sneeze. I can only
All right.
see you straight.
Flurgan. Let's bring it in. A forklift operator is getting props after catching a car. So there's a thief who was still in a car, and an employee at Arlington Auto Wrecking in Ohio saw the suspect in action and grabbed the car with the forklift before the thief could drive it away. So dude got in the car. He's like, yeah, I got this car. You know, he did the hot wiring or whatever it took to get. Do you need a hot wire anymore? I don't know if that's still possible with the way with computers and everything in cars. But anyway, he tried to get away, and the forklift driver just drove the forklift into the car. And the forklift operator called 911 and said, so he's still in the car, in the air, in the loader. And okay, I didn't use an accent there because it's in Ohio. So I did just use an accent. Thank you very much. The 911 operator chuckled and said, wonderful. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard. We will get somebody out to you. The responding officer explained he broke into a car at the junkyard. He's done it before. And before he could get out, they got like a forklift. And all right, he's from Kentucky. They got like a forklift, and they had him. I'm not kidding, like 20 feet up off the ground. So when we got there, he went right into custody.
Do forklifts go that high?
Yeah, they do. I used to.
Depends on the forklift, right?
Well, I used to work at an auto parts warehouse, and also I worked at a thing that's like Sam's Club or like Costco. And yeah, they can get up there. I used to have to get barrels full of oil down, and it would be like on the third rack, which is way up there. And the entire forklift is shaking while you're trying to bring it down. And you're thinking, okay, if this thing falls off, if one of those barrels falls off, even though there's a cage over top, will it go through that and kill me?
So what you're saying is you're forklift certified?
I was at one point, yes.
That's legendary.
Yeah, I know. I've had a couple forklift licenses.
I wish that there were like better forklifts in video games. All I'm thinking of was like the Halo Reach forklift that never got to do anything except for blow up.
That was my thought, was that would make an excellent like video game mission. Like you reverse the roles and put it in like a GTA or something.
They don't have forklifts in GTA?
I think they have forklifts, but I don't know that they have like a mission where it's like.
I bet they have them in Far Cry, because Far Cry has everything and you can wreck everything. That's why I love Far Cry. So anyway, there's our oops. It's pretty inventive. I wonder whoever's car that was, will they sue the forklift driver though? Because in order to get that thing up in the air, probably had to bust the windows out when he drove the forks into the car. I've seen this on WWE, so I know how it works. That makes me an expert.
That should be Marvel's
Yeah.
new superhero, Forklift Man.
Yes.
They may have also just gotten underneath the
Oh,
car.
yeah, they could have done that. But even if they did, I wonder if there could possibly be structural damage, because if the forks don't go all the way across to hit the frame, it would get like part way, and the forks could go up into engine parts and such.
Possibly.
Well, the question is, do you want to sue the guy who just saved your car?
I don't know. Yeah, probably, if you can get some money out of it. Tone says one of the PS2 GTAs had a forklift. Oh, you have to look into that.
Was that Vice City?
All right. Doombaros says there was a picture online. I'm pretty sure he got the car underneath.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name, but it just sounds like Doombaros. Yes. That's exactly what it sounds like. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do an AI takeover. And we got video games to talk about, including the Golden Joystick Awards, Nerd Roundtable, and so much more. Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. We're continuing live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse, or send us a text. Shoot us a text. Whatever you do with the text at 71307. Stop using big words.
I was actually quoting the big one.
Were you? Okay. Well, he used a big word.
He did.
Look, leave Will alone. He's just abiding.
The dude abides.
Leave
And so do you.
Thank you, Duna Bros.
That's what happened to me with my gamer tag.
It's actually Doomburrows. I don't know.
Border Alliance.
All I see is bro in there. So, I mean,
Even though there's not a bro.
it's
That's a bar.
I said that's what I see. Okay. Coffee
see
ice
a-
cream? Nah, I don't know.
The A just disappears and it's just bro.
I see bro wherever I go.
I see bro people.
Whatever it is.
Just some ghosts of frat boys in the background.
Becomes a super bro to me.
Bro.
Tim will be back eventually.
He will. He would have been here today.
But then things happened.
Yeah, I feel like Tim had a bit more of an exciting day than he had intended.
Hey, me too. I was here for part of it. Sorry I didn't hear things this morning, but
No, you're good. I was just like, I don't know what to do, but I have an idea.
I think I got this.
Yeah, when you got to work with that coal guy, I mean,
Right.
that's like doing hard labor or something. It's difficult.
I will say, luckily, their show is pretty easy to run. The one thing that did get me was they only have 3 sets in the hour, and I'm used to doing 4.
By the way, Zach, I am also looking forward to TMNT: The Last Ronin if they do it right. From what I understand, that comic book series is very dark and very good, and if they make the game like the comic book, it should be very, very, very interesting.
I was talking to him. I was like, do I need to run highlights? Do I need to do this? And it was like, no, just record the hours. And then the only thing that sucks is I need to see if my credentials will work in that one and what I even have on my profile. But I used just the, I guess, default profile in there, and it didn't have like any other shared drives or anything. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to email them.
Well, it's good to find a way around that kind of stuff.
That's it. That's my mantra is we're going to make it work.
I looked up and I just saw Scrum.
Scrum?
Scrum.
Yeah, Scrum. It's a rugby term. There was a bunch of players together, and they were moving like it was Scrum.
Huh.
Like
See?
agile.
Scrum. You've never seen a rugby scrum before? You should look up rugby
No,
scrum.
I know what it is. I
Yeah.
just didn't know.
Every time I hear that, I think of GTA 3, the talk radio where he's talking about hopscotch football. Or hopscotch, rugby hopscotch. That's it.
That sounds
One and a
violent.
two and a-
Yeah.
Sounds very, very violent.
I just imagine they're very fanciful during the hopscotch portion, then they just get mean during the.
You see me looking back on occasion. Sometimes people pull into the parking lot and they park way over, and it's just weird because nothing is open in this parking lot, except for us, of course. We're not technically open. We're not supposed to be here. Don't tell anybody.
Ooh.
That's what I always love doing these
We're
promos
ghosts.
on the weekend, and GPS is like Odyssey is closed today, and I'm like, I don't care.
Is it? Is it really?
I got work to do, and I got keys.
All right. On occasion, I stand upon my mountain and I scream to the masses about the coming storm that is AI. But many have taken up the battle with me. I am no longer alone. So, including people on this here very radio station who also see what's on the horizon. But the evil artificial intelligence has been dealt a blow by SAG-AFTRA. And I don't care if I said it right or not. I did. It's AFTRA, SAG-AFTRA. The actors, they have settled their dispute with the powers that be. And one of their major problems was AI and what movie studios were doing or planning to do with using AI generated actors for background or for getting guys and girls to sign something, and once they have their image, being able to use it in a bunch of other different movies. And now supposedly that's not going to happen. And I heard of a couple, I read a couple things in this article. Do you guys know what zombies are?
No.
I know you know what a zombie is. It's a really good song by what was the Cranberries. Also it is you know, the undead, like Walking Dead or whatever. But there is a term zombies in AI. Matthew, have you heard of zombies in AI?
Yes, well, not in AI specifically, but in technical. Uh-oh.
All right, go ahead and keep talking about what you think zombies are while I set myself up.
I'm not sure what it would be in AI terms specifically, but in terms of cybersecurity and stuff like that, zombie is in reference to a infected device that is being used in the background, that has stuff going on in the background, stealing data and stuff like that.
All right, that's cool, but not cool. That's not what this is, though. So before I get it, there are things that are dreaded in this show. The most dreaded is the triple noob, and I have accomplished the triple noob today.
It's like a turkey.
Not everyone can do it, and I suggest that you don't do it because triple noob spelled out is incompetence.
Let's go for 4.
No. Stop it. I think 3 might be my limit.
Can we get much higher?
Yeah. I
Those are rookie numbers.
Yes, they are.
Get those numbers up.
They are very much rookie numbers. Thank you, Cameron. Yeah,
Hey, I'm here with the double entendres all day.
yeah, call an Uber. All right. So
I have friends. I think we'll find out tonight.
All right. So zombies in movies right now, they have the ability to, let's say, they like Matthew's smile. And they like Will, that's his name. They like his hairline, and they like Cameron's hair on his arms. They can take all those things. They can take all those things, fuse them into a person, and put them in the background as an extra. Those are called zombies. And in the article, they talk about Frankensteining, which is basically what they're doing. They're building people out of parts that they really like of other people to make a back. Say they want a pretty background, so they want a supermodel looking females in the background, but they don't want to pay supermodels. They would take the best tan line from one and the best hair from another, and fuse them together. Now they're still going to be able to do that, but if they take something like, say, if they take Matthew's smile, or they take Will's hairline, or they take Cameron's hair off his arms, they would have to pay you to do it. So before they could do that without paying, but according to the new contract, they will have to pay you a sum to use your smile.
But what about people that aren't under that contract?
Well, you sign a contract for each movie that you're on.
But like, I guess my thought is like, if you just have images out there online or whatever, and some companies just like, yeah, we want to use that.
I think that you have to have permission. If not, you are breaking the code. Fran Drescher, the nanny, as we all know, is the head of the actors. And Drescher said AI was a deal breaker in the talks, and that the guardrails will not just help actors, but many other entertainment industry professionals down the line. In a synthetic world, you don't know hair and makeup people. You don't need drivers. You don't need set builders, she said. And so for us to keep holding out for the best AI package that we could get was also going to spill over into what their futures were going to look like. Our members will be advocating for legislative efforts and will remain actively involved in the movement to protect all individual rights and likenesses. And here's the other thing they mentioned in the article is the thing is with AI, it is growing so fast that as soon as they get a deal on something, AI is already advanced to the point where it can overtake whatever their deal was.
Well, and I like what we have a commenter, dumb barrows. That's what I'm going for. But that's one of the things that I think about laws, that it's just so complicated. Will they enforce it? Or how can they? Because there's putting the law into place, and then there's actually enforcing the law.
All right, here's what they can do, and it's going to be hard to prove, but it's just like saying, hey, they used a riff that I created and used it, they sampled it in their song, and they could say, no, you didn't, and it ends up going to court, and you win one way or not. But if you bring attention to it, then maybe the companies that are doing it will start backing away from it because they don't want to deal with litigation all the time.
Well, I think that's a good point, because I mean it's really, are the people whose best interest this is in going to apply that pressure, and that's how you get that enforcement.
We'll see.
Yeah. It's the Wild West, baby.
Coming up on the Upstate Pulse next week, we are going to have a zombie that has Matthew's smile, Will's hairline, and Cameron's hair on his arms. It's going to be
specifically my hair on my arms.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's your most defining feature.
It is. Is
it?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Without a doubt. Or when we come back, we're going to hit the Nerd Roundtable. We're going to fuse some things together, including video games, into the Roundtable. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Why do you got to do that voice when you said the voice?
The voice. Because he heard that before he had to go to sleep.
Has nothing to do with that.
No?
No. We just switched to the voice of the Carolinas. We're all finding our way. That's my
Cameron
way.
just
You're
like
finding your voice.
Just switch.
I spend more time with this man.
It's been
than
like 8 months.
anybody.
Yeah, I know. I
can
still
make
just
up this
switch.
lore if I want.
Have you heard those commercials?
I
Check them
know
out at the
his
new
lore.
time.
That's
It's
the
been 3
thing.
years since they've been at the new time. You don't understand how the timeline works in radio. It's like 2 to 3 years. So we did just switch. And next year we still will have just switched. That's not. I don't make the rules.
All right.
So what you're saying is
Flexcorp does.
it's been.
Don't do it, Cameron.
I'm sorry. Can't help it.
And your hairy arms. I was gonna be thinking about it for why?
Are my arms that hairy?
Yeah.
I actually didn't think I was that hairy of a
Hopefully
man.
someone from your job is
Arms
listening.
hairy, knees
And now
weak,
they're going to come up to
palms
you that
sweaty.
Monday and go, and just be staring at your arms like, yep, he's right. And then just walk away. You got me, Larry,
I feel
right?
like- I
If you're
feel-
listening, Larry, you got to do it.
He's doing something else. He's probably at a comedy
You don't
thing.
know. You don't know. He might be on his way somewhere.
Good point. I never thought of that as my defining feature. I didn't think I actually had a defining feature.
Oh, it's my personality.
Yep.
That's actually what I was thinking, but because I'm a larger guy, but I'm very nondescript. Although I am devilishly handsome. But besides that,
I was just thinking if you fused everybody together, what would make them daggone sexy? And so I picked each part that I thought would just be beautiful.
I question each of your decisions. Except for
Yeah,
Matthew's smile.
Crispin Glover did set the precedent. You're right. It may not be a real person. It may be AI. We don't know. Yes, exactly, Chris. The genie's out of the bottle. But they spared no expense.
I like how I'm off camera, but I can sneak into Matt's camera.
Nope.
Boom. I ain't got no voice left, but we got 25 minutes. Woo.
Don't worry, I'll carry us the rest of the way.
Yeah, I just don't.
Carry me, bro.
The threat of which is causing me to dig down deep, persevere, and find the voice.
It's
that's
the fear.
within.
The fear is
voice of
pushing
the
you on.
Carolinas.
I guess you could put it that way.
Happy, the voice of the Carolinas.
I call upon the voice of the Carol.
Used to be the voice of Rome, then that all fell apart.
Yeah, that's more proof why that should not be happening here.
Look, I really should have stopped what happened to Caesar, but that sandwich is, hey, you know what I was eating? It was so good.
Thank you for the salads.
Zach, man,
It's the
you're
only
mean.
thing he ever
you act
gave.
like I can't watch the artsy stuff. No, Chris, not the age of Pappy.
The age of Pappy.
No.
Gone is the age of man.
Speaking of which, Pappy Claus will return in a month, a little over a month.
Oh, he's on a mission.
I'm on a mission with my new best buddy.
When last we heard,
Yo.
that, I'm not sure if they completely take over the North Pole this year or not. We'll find out.
It's not about subjugation. It's about annihilation.
All right, time for the Nerd Roundtable where we ask the questions that need to be asked of nerds and people and stuff. All right, I ask at the beginning of the show, what was your favorite snack that your go-to snack when you're playing a video game? Some of us might play for 20 minutes. Some of us might play for 20 hours straight. Is that a marathon or does it have to be over a day? I don't know. What do you think?
A marathon?
I mean, would you consider it a marathon?
Game-a-thon.
Game. I mean,
well, a marathon is 26 and a half-ish miles or something like that. So wouldn't a marathon of gaming be 26 and a half hours?
it works for me. Okay. All right. So
that sounds like a good, transitive thing.
26.2 to be exact.
When you're
Let's go transitive property.
Okay. Yeah, we love that. So if you're pounding the Doritos and the Mountain Dew and you've gone 26 and a half hours, then you're doing a gaming marathon. Anything less is just gaming. So Doritos has released this thing that may save a lot. If you are like Cameron, who jumps on Destiny with his crew, which I understand they just absorbed another crew and now their crew is bigger.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to say. I mean,
is there anything I can say about
is it a crew or a clan? I forget what it is in Destiny.
Let's just say crew. It's
okay. It's a crew. Okay, so his crew got the family. His Destiny family got bigger.
Yeah, the family.
And so when you guys are gaming, because I don't know if these guys do multiplayer or not. Matthew, you do multiplayer online?
Oh yeah.
Well, duh. Okay. So anyway, I am sick. So I don't really do this a whole lot. Does anybody snack when you guys are playing? Can you hear them eating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it bother you?
I just mute them.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I know what you're getting at.
But then you can't hear them talking.
There are some,
which in some cases might be a good idea. I get it.
That's their fault for eating and
for annoying you. Okay.
That's their punishment for annoying
Yes.
Matthew.
I will not hear you anymore.
So one of my buddies, he eats very crunchy foods on occasion. Also, he has what I call the carafe of sustenance, where he will pour water. It is the most full, it's like the most genuine foley of pouring water I've ever heard. If that makes any sense. When you think of pouring water, this is what it sounds
okay,
like.
no, I got you. I understand.
Does he pour the water right by the mic just so everybody?
Is he using a headset mic or is he using a stick mic?
He's using a headset.
Okay,
how does that sound perfect?
Is he
every
leaning
time?
into it? Maybe he's someone who just puts his face right up to it.
Here's the thing. He's very deadpan. He's very subtle about everything he does. I could see him doing that, playing it off like he isn't doing that.
All right, Dunabros says only heathens use open mic. Push to talk is the basis of civilized gaming.
Well,
dude, I know your
friends are
voice probably
barbarians.
isn't like that, but so anyway, Doritos has solved a problem. They have come up with crunch cancellation technology. So Doritos has released what it's called crunch cancellation software that silences that horrible crunching sound gamers across the globe will be all too familiar with. So they used AI, of course, and they did a bunch of crunching, and they found a way to cancel out the crunching. So if you use that software when you're playing on a computer game with someone, you don't hear the crunching anymore. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Or is it just, another case where they're using AI to give it more control over something?
No, that's fine. That's appropriate use of AI type technologies. I don't know why
To
you
be
would
honest-
need AI specifically for that, but yeah.
I want to know what you're eating.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Why'd you have to say it like that? Why'd you have to, like, get up on the mic?
I'm
Because it's
What are you
a
eating?
genuine cure. Yeah, like what are you eating right
What
now?
exactly
what you
are
eat?
you munching on?
Is that
And can I join?
What are you munching on over there?
that sounds
Mind
like
if I, join in?
sounds like barbecued Fritos.
I'm
Is that
trying
what
to make
that is?
friends, guys.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
So
eating some spaghetti
I'm
over
very
there?
lonely.
Doritos said research showed 46% of, so this was done in Britain, of UK adults dislike the sound of other people eating. Hey, I don't like the sound of other people eating. Sometimes I don't like the sound of my own eating.
Well, that's the problem with you having super hearing.
It is. And hopefully that never goes away. 35% of UK adults find the sound of other crunching on snacks distracting. As a lapsed owner of a Destiny clan, this is according to the guy or girl who wrote this article, I can say I sit firmly in both camps. The research, by the way, also found 86% of gamers claimed they ate snacks while playing. 29% of gamers said the sound of someone snacking impacts, might as well be the same thing. It impacts their performance. So if they hear someone snacking and they're trying to play, it messes them up. And 18% said it actually makes them want to log off. You put me in with all that. I don't want to hear you eating while I'm trying to
I will say
destroy
this: if you're
something.
playing something that's like very intense as far as the gameplay goes, I don't think a lot of people are going to be snacking, and if they are, you're probably failing.
You and I have played together, and I have snacked
And
and crunched on
you've done it out of
purpose.
spite.
Yes, well, there is that.
Well, I think what gives me my different perspective is when I'm online playing or communicating, we all eat together. We all just eat on the mic together, and then we do.
Okay,
whatever.
so it's communal.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like a dinner before the it's like the feast before the raid.
So you're eating together, even though you can't see. Well, depending on what your setup is,
But we can hear it.
Okay, all right,
Want
fine.
to hear each other eating?
Yeah, neither do I. I'm with Matthew there. I mean,
You just make sure you
It's
eat
like a
something.
guessing game. It's
No,
like,
if
oh,
if
sounds.
If we're eating,
that
then
sounds
I'm
like
deaf and
spaghetti.
I'm muted, and I'm watching YouTube, and I'll join back in later.
Yeah, you let me.
Eating.
It's
let me
always
know
good
when
to-
you're done.
It's always good to slop on something wet.
Yeah, it's like
That's where Doritos messed up. They didn't make it.
That's like a very moist chicken leg.
I was trying to avoid that word, but you just did it for me.
What, you have a problem with moist?
No, I didn't want to offend anyone.
Well, I don't care if I offend people.
You're on
If-
the wrong
if
show.
Oh,
yeah,
do it
yeah.
again.
Moist.
Oh yeah, there we go.
You know what that sound that messes people up is called?
Hey, by the way,
That's
Me
the sound-
talking?
no.
It's a diphthong.
If you get a chance during the week, if you remember, please record that and send it to me, because I will be using that on the morning show a bunch. So
Oh, geez.
Max
Yes.
moisture.
no, it's just
No,
because
just
I just happen to know someone who doesn't like that word, and he may have his name on a show. That's all I'm saying. He might have his name on a show.
Radio terrorism.
Yeah, he might.
What was it? The type of naming convention that required a board to decide upon?
Yes, that would be the one.
Yeah,
That
Oh,
would be the
wow.
one who doesn't care for that word. And there are a lot of people who don't like moist, and I don't get it. It's just a word. I knew someone who doesn't like the word bulb.
Bulbous.
No,
Why?
not bulbous, just bulb.
Bulbasaur.
And maybe Bulbasaur. Anyway, all right, we're still talking video games here. The Golden Joystick Awards, which I didn't know existed, but apparently it does, came out last night, and Baldur's Gate 3 cleaned up. They got best storytelling, best visual design. Let's see what else. Best game community. I guess.
Because we're nice.
Yes.
And we like each other.
PC Game of the Year. Also, Best Supporting Performer, Neil Newborn for Asterion, because everyone likes the vampire.
Yes, darling.
Everyone likes the vampire,
He
apparently.
gave an amazing performance.
He
Yeah,
was
it was-
great. I loved him.
Every line.
Just
that he
the
had.
amount of sass.
Admittedly, the first playthrough, I staked him because you try to bite me in camp. I don't need you around. And then I heard a bunch of stories about how he's interesting to converse with. And so my second playthrough, I left him alive.
Including the conversation of just like, who do you think tastes the best at camp? It's just like, okay, Astarion, you're not going to eat the party members, are you? It's like, no, hypothetical.
And
which one?
They also Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year. So we talked about this a little bit last week, but Matthew wasn't here. So far, what is your Game of the Year?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay, all right. I think we both said that too.
Yeah.
And I'm currently playing Starfield, and I don't think beginning of the year we had that fight. Was it Zelda or was it going to be Diablo? And I think Baldur's Gate blew them both away.
Oh, absolutely.
So there you go. So the Golden Joystick Awards. Who knew? Now we all know. All right. The director of the Marvels says that Captain America, it's all his fault that the blip happened, that he couldn't let anyone be sacrificed. He thought that he could win it all without letting someone die. And according to her, that someone was a robot. Do you guys, whose fault is the blip? I'm going to go with Will first. Who gave Thanos the advantage? Which character?
I mean, sounds like Cap did it.
No. Cameron. We already know who the bad guy is, but we've talked about this before.
I will say, I'll go for one that I don't think you're expecting. Baron Zemo. If Civil War didn't happen and everybody was together, they would have been able to beat him. But because they were separated, because they were isolated in different pockets, they didn't have quite the strength to be able to deal with him.
Wow.
Are you looking for like
Or
Tony
if you
Stark
wanna go-
to be the is Stark?
No.
But if you want to be more direct, Thor should have went for the head.
Okay, there's that. All right, Matthew.
There's only one real answer to this, and we all know who it is. There's only one reason that snap got off, and it's because Kevin Feige wanted 2 movies.
You could go with that, but if we're going to go
in
story-wise,
there's no individual person.
Yeah, I see.
Star-Lord,
Every
single individual, every single factor.
Tone says the Russo brothers were the reason. Yeah, I know. You guys can't stay within the realm, which was our word last week. Star-Lord was the bad guy. I talked about it after the movie happened. People got mad at me. I get he was upset about Gamora and everything. They had the gauntlet off. They had it completely off, and then he messed up. So I'm still going to blame Star-Lord for everyone getting blipped, and I don't care what anyone else says.
I still think it's funny that they mentioned that in Guardians 3, where Peter's given the rundown. It's like, yeah, I lost my temper a bit, and everyone died.
Yeah, and because and all that was for naught. He got her back, but he didn't. She's alive, and that's one of the reasons why Guardians bothered me a little bit, because he didn't get the girl.
Sometimes you don't.
Yes, sometimes you don't, I guess.
You don't need to get the girl. I think that's an archaic.
Well, I don't care. We're talking about within his storyline.
We are going into the village and we are getting the girl.
Yeah, you guys are weird.
All right, well,
you guys are weird.
It was fine. It was fine until you jumped in.
Yeah, you had to take it that one step. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. All right, I'm archaic.
Do you want me to be honest about the end game or Infinity Wars?
Have you been disingenuous this entire
Apparently,
time?
Didn't get that far.
He's been less than honest. You never saw the movie.
I did not get that far.
You could say you didn't see the movie, and that's fine.
True. No one would have seen it coming. So true.
I feel cheated that you didn't watch it.
Based and red pilled.
You just wanted to get a chance to talk about it. And you knew if you said that you didn't watch it, you would immediately be removed from the conversation.
I was trying to move it along.
Is that what? Okay. All right.
You're saying it needs to be moved along?
Well, no, not like. I was.
Are
trying
you
to
saying?
go,
Are you saying that this show is like plodding along?
No, he gave the intro, and then I was kind of trying to drive with the intro, and then
I'm just messing with you, right?
And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna go cry.
Go cry.
Yeah.
Cope, seethe, and mauled.
Right.
I'm not even going to go anywhere to go. I'm just going to do it right.
I can give you a pappy pep talk, then you're definitely crying.
Yeah.
It either gives you the best of conquering sensibilities, or they cry in a corner and they're never seen from again.
No, I think the last Marvel that I saw was either Civil War, which I really liked, or it might have even been Black Panther was after that, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So that was probably the last one I saw.
That was a while ago, man.
I know. I've not been able to keep up.
For the most part, you're not missing out.
I'd like to marathon it all at once some point.
Yeah.
We did it for the first handful, like when it was still like the third or fourth round of movies.
Are you a big moviegoer?
I would like to be more, but I'm just not.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
That's the thing with it, is it's like, dude, I just can't see myself affording it without, figuring out some scheme to do it.
Tuesday night, $6 movies and half off popcorn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you find friends to mooch off of.
That's the mood. I literally had somebody that, like, I don't even know them. They were just like, "Oh, will you do a podcast for me?" And I was like, "Sure, just hit me up." And then a week later, he's like, "Hey, I know I don't know you, but can I borrow $5?" It's like, dude, wait, I wish I had that boldness.
Did you give him $5?
No.
Okay, good. You made smart decisions that day.
Yes, that wall that they talk about people hitting, just hit it.
I'm going to say it's good to not have that kind of boldness, because that's a good way to just kind of kill some friendships.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing.
It depends on where you're.
That's how you become the guy who constantly bugs people for money.
Right.
Nobody wants to be around that guy.
Hey, bro, you got $5?
You got to do that. Hey, let me hold $5.
No one in this room listens to that show.
Let me borrow a cheese sandwich.
Let me buy a hamburger today, and I'll pay. Why can't I remember the line?
I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Me and my Popeye arms, thank you.
Your hairy Popeye.
My hairy Popeye arms. It's like, have I become Robin Williams? Oh.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, time for the lightning round. Try to squeeze in as many stories as we can in the last 5 minutes of this here program. All right, the new Avatar trailer is out. Cameron, what'd you think?
I think it's good. I'm looking forward to seeing it and seeing how it goes.
I haven't watched all the episodes the way Cameron did. He was really into it. Matthew.
Looks okay.
Oh,
that should be.
It was so no. He did not speak. He didn't.
He did. But...
I didn't see it.
All right,
I didn't see it.
No, I took a deep inhale and then realized that it was off, and then I saved.
There was a
rattling.
rattling.
Inhale.
There was a rattling in your throat there.
Yeah, but
maybe that's what I heard.
I think it looks okay, but I don't have a whole lot of high hopes. I mean, like, the original creators left because they said that it was just bad and they didn't want to be associated with it. So,
I did not know that.
Yes,
it looks pretty good. There was some. I'm not the little monkey. I didn't like the effects on that, and I'm not sure about Appa, but we'll see. All right, Yu Yu Hakusho, the trailer for the live action is out. After we saw how good or okay, depending on who you are, that One Piece was. Can Netflix repeat that with Yu Yu Hakusho? Dude, it doesn't look bad.
Really?
It does not look bad.
I grew up on Yu Yu Hakusho. Like that was the thing that I stayed up late to watch.
Spirit Gun looks pretty good. Who's the big guy? I'm already
Kuwabara has a sword.
Kuwabara, but I didn't see Kuwabara.
No, Kuwabara was in
he?
there.
He just wasn't ugly enough for me to notice him. Maybe that's what it was.
voice.
Yes. Koimba he does.
They also
and-
went with like adult Koemba as opposed to baby.
yeah, but
Koemba.
when he first starts out, he's teenage Koimba.
Does he start?
Yeah,
with teenage?
yes, he doesn't turn into baby Koimba until later on. So
I thought that was reversed.
no, he starts out as teenage. He's doing magic to make himself look more.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Okay.
I'm not sure about Botan. I think Botan's not what I expected from the anime, but we'll see. And it looks like it's all going to be in Japanese, so we'll see how that goes over. It'll go over really well with the anime crowd, but can they bring in people who are not anime fans that have to read subtitles?
Can I say this about Yu Yu Hakusho? It's one of those shows that I think they really nailed the English dub. Like Kuwabara, Yusuke, like all the voice acting was almost perfect.
All right, so
Can't
one,
forget Genkai.
yeah, Genkai, I'm not so sure about either. She doesn't look old enough, but we'll see.
The brothers, oh my god!
No, they're on there. You need to watch this trailer.
Do they get to Sensui? Because that was.
You just watch the trailer after we get done with the show. And I'm interested to see what you think about it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go here. Domino's. I don't know if you've seen the commercials where Domino's says you can get that free pizza in case something goes wrong. There's been emergency pizza, and they will give you a code if you order something. They'll give you a code for an emergency pizza in case there's a problem. Well, people decide to share those codes online, and so according to stories, I don't know how accurate it is. Some Domino's had to stop doing it because people were setting up free pizzas for an entire week. Some people were walking in and walking out with like 23 pizzas. And
did they not think that was what was going to happen?
yeah, well, some of the employees say that company's not run really well. I love Domino's.
Well, I used to work
I got
at
a great
Domino's,
idea, guys.
And I left right before they were rolling out like we have the AI, the self-driving car. And my thought was that thing is going to get wrecked. Like bad things are going to happen.
Trusting in the honesty of humankind, not always the best move. Hey, as we go onto our weekend, I want to remind you to go to Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. Check it out. It's almost Christmas time. Pick up some stuff for the nerd, the geek in your life. And if you don't know what to get them, ask one of the fine people at Borderlands and they will help you out. And you will be glad that you did. They're open 7 days a week. Check it out. I want to thank everybody for participating on the show, the people who called in, the texters, the streamers, Will's hairline, Cameron's hairy arms, and of course, Matthew's smile. Make sure you guys have a great weekend and see ya.
All of which were voted best of the Upstate.
All right, say goodbye, Matthew.
Goodbye.
You can say goodbye, Will.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Cameron. Say goodbye.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, saying goodbye.
Abiento and stuff.